Quarterback on the keeper. Got enough for the first. Nothing but green grass down the middle. Touchdown, Huskies! He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it.
The UConn offense goes back to work. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Unloads to the wideout. Complete to the left. A huge pickup on the play before he goes out of bounds, but the question is, will it stand? There is a penalty marker on the field. Some penalties hurt a little bit more or a lot more than other ones. That one wipes out a huge game. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. Here comes the heat. Finds a crease at the 20. And a nice pickup on the line and gets down to avoid contact.
And you're seeing here the difficulties defenses have trying to contain this guy. If you leave a lane open or you don't sack him right away, you allow him to get outside the pocket, he is going to take off, and he is very difficult to tackle in the open field. He's got running back-like ability out in space.
And they'll line up from the 31 on first down. Found a little space, and he's got 4 to the 35. Solid pickup of 4 on first down at 2nd and 6. Off the bootleg and rolling out. Got out of trouble and throws. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. He would have loved to make the big return there, but he still gives his team the ball at the 37.
Not the start this kid was looking for. Very first pass of the day gets picked off.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Off play action on first down. Fires to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. Wants to throw on first down. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
Looks to me on that deep ball like he was forcing it a little bit. You got to be careful as a quarterback. You're not trying to outduel the other guy who just threw a touchdown pass. You're just trying to win the game. So just execute the plays. The ball goes to who it's designed to go to. If that means you got to turn around and hand it off, then that's what you got to do. But I think on that last deep ball, QB forcing it a little bit.
The offense will have to use its first time out of the half. Looking to throw on first down. Now adjusting. On the run deep down the right side. And that falls incomplete as they tried to wrap up the first quarter with a bang, but the incomplete pass takes us to the second quarter. We've played one, and we are right back where we started, all tied up after the first period as we take a look at the stats. First play of the period will be a second down. Looking to fire. Here's the pressure. Finding open areas. And you race it to the house. Touchdown, Huskies.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this.
UConn going back to work on offense. What a good mix of plays, keeping that defense off balance last time, David.
And Reese, they don't know if it's run or if it's pass. They got them right where they want them. This defense doesn't know how to react from getting punched in the mouth on that last drive.
So on this next drive, David, I think you keep running the football because that sets up the play action, it sets up the RPO game, and then you keep this defense guessing.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Wants to go up top. Throws toward the end zone. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity. They'll try to move the chains on this third and long from the 50. From the gun, wants to pass. Rushes on him. Breaks into the open. Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the first down at the 34-yard line. The Huskies come to the line with a new set of downs. From the gun, they'll try the middle. Squeezes out a couple of yards down to the 32. Guys, for just a second, let's talk about UConn. Breaking into the top 15 is one step closer to the college football playoff. You've made it this far. The dream is within reach. Question becomes, will they take the next? Going for it all. Touchdown, UConn! They went for it all, and it paid off with the score.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing.
The UConn offense goes back to work. Really good balance on that last drive. They mixed it up all over the place, Jesse.
Yeah.
He lofts it high and deep down the left side. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Throws to the wideout. Got him downfield. A big play. Gets it into plus territory, and they'll mark him out of bounds at the 44. That last play is the kind of thing the offense can really build some momentum on, and now they've got it 1st and 10 outside the 40. Looking to throw on first down. Trying to make magic with his feet. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down. This offense is like running a perfection drill in practice against air. Chunk play after chunk play, and here they come again. Wants to go up top on first down. He'll throw it. Makes the grab. He'll be brought down at the 3-yard line. An explosive play in the passing game has him on the doorstep. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. They've really got this offense humming. Just the 4th play of the drive, and it's 1st and goal. He's going to lose a yard on that one. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
Yeah, what a great job by the defense. You got to understand, it's physical time, right? They want to run the football when they start getting inside the 5. Nice job getting penetration, getting the tackle for the loss.
He'll run it up the middle, trying to pick his way to the end zone. And he'll get this one back to the line of scrimmage, but no farther than that.
Man, and that's a frustrating play when you go in reverse near the goal line, goal-to-go situations, Palmer. You got to get those positive yards. You can't go backwards if you're trying to get a touchdown.
You know, I'm trusting in my...
And it's a touchdown, but hold on just a second. We'll have to see what the flag's about.
Offside.
Maybe a momentary scare for that offense when they saw the flag. It's on, the defense declined, and the touchdown stands. So it's 1st and 10 after that costly defensive penalty on 4th down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Pocket breaking down. Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hits. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to him. Crosses to 40. At midfield, he's got room. There he goes. And finally out of bounds after an explosive run by this ball carrier. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, a first half that saw a little bit of
UConn going back to work on offense. Looking downfield on first down. Finds his man. It's Parker. On the sweet spin, and he's free. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line. UConn is now threatening in the red zone. Throws to the tight end. Touchdown, Husky. And they take it in for 6 more points. They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here in this Week 11 performance. And now this offense will take the field again. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Bringing the heat. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. Here's a heat. Got room at the 35. He's finally stopped, but a big play there with his feet as he moves those sticks.
And that is such a gut punch for this defense because you're trailing in the game. You're trying to get off the field. You think you got the quarterback in the backfield for a sack, and he's able to escape, scramble, and go pick up.
There he goes. He'll go out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 31, and a big pickup on that one. And the Huskies getting set on 1st and 10. To the air on first down. Under fire. Quarterback gets enough. And maybe they've tried to spy on the quarterback, but it just hasn't worked. Another first down. He just keeps gashing them with his feet. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. Now he's looking to throw it. Touchdown, UConn! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Well, this offense...
The UConn offense goes back to work. If you like old-fashioned, grind-it-up, run-over-'em football, that last touchdown drive was for you, Jesse.
That was impressive, man. Great blocking up front and tough physical running by these ball carriers, David.
And now you wonder how the defense responds. Like, are they going to get way more aggressive to try to stop the run? I got to do something to break the rhythm of that running game.
It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. Wants to throw on first down. Looking for the end zone. This will be picked off, maybe just the turning point they needed.
Well, there's no quit in this defense, I'll give them that. Obviously, they're trailing here late in the game. It seems like the opponent's going to win, but still, they've got guys out there playing the way they're coached to play. They're playing with outstanding effort, trying to make plays to claw their team back in the game.
UConn going back to work on offense. I know when a guy's thrown 3 interceptions, it's not good, but everything hasn't been bad. They've moved the ball a little bit, and the rush will get to him at the 25.
The defense just simply not fooled by the play action. Oftentimes, as an offense, you're hoping the run fake's going to slow down those pass rushers, but man, oh man, they had their ears pinned back.
Back to pass on second down. He's going to take off. At the 35, he's loose. They finally corral him, but he turns that into a big gain and a first down. This offense lines up feeling awfully good after that big play. looking to throw on first down. Under fire. Get every inch you can, but don't take the big hit. Great job by the quarterback. They have a first down at the 41-yard line. Use the play fake, now to throw. Unloads to the wideout. A strike downfield. And he'll be forced out of bounds, but not before yet another big play in this passing attack. And that big gainer on the last one has them threatening from inside the 10. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. He'll run it to the middle, looking for the end zone. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. They relentlessly move forward. Now it's getting down to cases. 3rd and goal. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Huskies!
I like the aggressive play calling by the offensive coordinator on that drive as well. There are a lot of coaches that would.
First order of business, get out of this hole as the drive starts at their own 7-yard line. Out of the gun to give to the back. And he works his way forward and finally down at the 15. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. He'll keep it himself. Turning it on! Smashes through the tackle. They'll make the stop, but that first down ought to ice it, and they should be able to kneel this one out.
That's the danger as a defense when you're playing against this guy, because you know you're going to see the option. And if you don't have a player dedicated to pursuing and stopping him, he is going to burn you like he did right there. He has elite speed. You saw it on that option play.
The defense will use a timeout, and the clock is stopped with 24 seconds left. When we get to the offseason and they start having coaching clinics, they're going to roll this game tape back to show both offenses.
Dial it up and let it run. I mean, that's essentially what we saw in this game. It didn't matter what either offensive coordinator was calling. Everything seemed to work through throwing the football in the inner...